of us have worked, we have done salary work for a number of years, but there comes a time in your life where you know you need another stream of income. And this gentleman is just here to help us understand the concept of multiple streams of income, really know why we should have it, explain to us why, the how, and what we should be looking out for so we can balance our lives. And so I'm so glad to have him here. And I'm sure you saw the flyer. So um, just going to be a short introduction, so nothing long. Okay. But he's a great gentleman. His name is Mr. Today I'm calling him Mr. But normally it's not a Mr. like that. There's more. Mr. Dovi. Dovi Senior is his name. And for us, he's a flight maintenance officer, an aviation safety officer, and also a business builder. Okay, so thank you so much for always staying with us. We are here to expand knowledge, to explore opportunities, and to celebrate milestones. And so help me welcome Mr. Dovi Senior. Hello, my boss.
Hello, everyone. Hear me?
Let's go.
Hello, everyone. I appreciate your time watching us, and once again, I thank you, Mama. In fact, Lady Vera, for giving me the opportunity to at least to share the little I know.
Hey.
I am glad. I'm glad to be here. I'm glad to have this conversation. I hope you can hear me loud and clear.
Yes, I can. So when I was doing the introduction, I mentioned that you are a flight maintenance officer. We will not go too deep into it, but how long have you been a flight maintenance officer?
Okay, I've been working with planes and fixing machines for the past 14 years. 1-4.
This is awesome.
Yeah.
Great. And being an aviation safety officer, so it comes together, right?
Yeah, with my field of work, because I work under authority and our way of working, it's blend. We do a lot when we are the training school. We are being taught how to do safety works, how to, in fact, they turn me into multi-purpose kind of a person. So you do a little bit of, you do marshalling, you do anything safety to the flight, then you come to your own maintenance in terms of troubleshooting and other stuff. So I'm versatile when it comes to things around the aircraft.
Great. So how come in this challenging and versatile field, you decide to also become a business builder? And then you're going to explain to me what that
Nice
is.
question. That's a very nice question to ask, because I've have a couple of people on a couple of interview boards. They ask me, why business? How do you manage your time? Why this busy schedule and you are still doing this? The only way to come to that crossroad was when, after 7 years of my service, it dawned on me that I need an option. If you don't have option in life, life will beat you. Life will beat you up because you don't have option. Okay. I meet a lot of people, young guys, old people, people working, corporate bodies, employees, other entrepreneurs. You ask them, what do you want? They said the biggest portion of those numbers said, I want to help people. I want to impact life. But do you have the option to do that? You've not finished helping yourself and you are thinking of helping others.
That's the
Before you can
statement.
before you can give, you need to have. You can't give what you don't have. A lot of people don't know that. So after 7 years of working, one day I just told myself, in fact, I was having a conversation with a colleague and I said, Charlie, looking at this salary, the kind of dreams I have, I don't think I can achieve these dreams. Because I didn't come from a rich family. I'm from a very poor family where, in fact, the only house my dad was having was a mud house. A house built with bricks. Bricks where we mold mud and then form it like a block. There's no cement in it. Then that house got washed away by erosion because it was not strong. And so I don't have anybody, I don't have anything like my father has bought a land down for me, have a home where I'll go. This guy is just a farmer doing some seamstress along together with my mom selling gari, bees and other stuff to take care of us. 7 kids, I'm the third, but I become the fourth because I follow twins. So there's no hope. I don't have any option. But I also have these big dreams that the kind of things my parents were passing through, I don't want to get married and I will have to pass through the same thing with my wife and that of my kids. I also have the big dream to help other people. But I knew very well that if I couldn't help myself, forget about thinking about that. It's become illusion. So after 7 years, like I said, I started researching into other sectors in terms of work. This time, I'm single, I'm not married. In fact, when I finished junior high school, I was not able to go to the senior high school earlier. So I stayed home for 2 years. Then I went to senior high school later from other hustles and other stuff, pushing truck, carrying goods somewhere at Shama Timber Market. And by the grace of God, I was able to go back to secondary school. So when I was done from secondary school, I knew very well that for university, it's out of the it's not about not having hope. There's nothing like miracle that's going to happen because I knew how I even struggled getting into secondary school and I was sacked from that school, one school to another because I was owing school fees and stuff. So where lies the hope that I'm going to get to university? Okay. So long and short, knowing all my background, my past and stuff, I started researching into how to make more money. So the only thing I could see is side income, side business, side income and side your job. So I started reading articles, I started learning from people who work, especially in the kind of work I'm doing elsewhere, not necessarily my country, but other countries in terms of US, the UK, South Africa, Rwanda, and those guys. So I met a lot of people on social media, just like I met you on social media. You sacrificed my end me in the early years of my career in terms of job, went back to the university, graduated with my first class. So at the end of my university days, I met a friend who showed me a way to make extra source. So my target was to make 500 cedi aside my job to cushion. So I was calculating like 4 weeks, that's going to be like 2,000 Ghana cedi. So I wanted option to cushion me that if my salary cannot afford this, the option is that I have something aside my job that can cushion me or can give me that option to buy. So basically that was the purpose. There was a bigger purpose, there was a bigger vision, but you can't climb to the third step when you refuse to climb the first step. So that was the reason, that was the push, that was the idea behind the business and stuff like that.
Wow, interesting. And when we look at you, you look young, very
yes,
young.
I'm very young. I'm very young, but the Jack Ma said that if you are 35 years and you are poor, you deserve it. And I look around, Mark Zuckerberg was very young when he became a billionaire. There are a lot of young people around who made history. So I am young, I'm just 35 years. And the hustle started early. That's why I always tell people that, like Robert Kiyosaki said, if you want to fail, you have to fail fast and you have to fail forward. So if you are not doing anything today, what you refuse to do in your 20s, they are waiting for you in your 30s. Wow. Prayer cannot change. What you refuse to do in your 20s and 30s, when you get to your 40s, they are waiting for you. And if you really want to go to the top, you will surely pick it up from where you left it. There's no shortcut. You can't jump over. A lot of people try to jump over it, and that's why there's a saying that shortcuts are dangerous.
But my question for this issue about you being young is that you could have found other options, but why do you think that you want to find an option that is legitimate? Because now we know that a lot of people want to do earn income or earn money from many in funny ways. But why is it that you were able to do that and find a way that is legitimate enough?
Okay, so anything you want to do in life, I don't just do things. Anything I want to venture in to make me money or to learn from or to get more knowledge or to broaden my network, I look out for people who have done that already. You see, when you fail in the 21st century, it's your own problem. Because I can't fail in this century. With the internet, there's so much knowledge. But people who are using other ways, non-legitimate ways and stuff, they want it quick. That's why in our age, we have fast food, fast everything, and then fast death. Anything you are doing, there was a time I asked my father told me that, you see your age, you eat fast food, you eat this, you eat that. That's why you die fast. So the same way you want to jump the gun and get things fast, you get it. Some of the people could beat the course, but the universe will surely. Okay, so like I was saying, if you want it quick, if you want it sharp, fast, the universe. I am a lover of Christ. I believe in the Bible, so I follow the teachings of the Bible. There's nothing that you are going to do, even if you are going to achieve it in your younger stages. The price is going to be the same. You are going to pay the same price. Okay, you cannot, you cannot beat the gun. You will surely have to pay the price. So I learned from people who were doing what I want to do by seeing the end from the beginning. So I decided to go the natural way, the normal way. It could be fast. I could fast track it if I am consistent with my learning and practicing process. Because there are three ways, the biggest thing I ever learned in the course of doing business is I learn, I practice, I teach. People learn, they don't practice, and then they jump the practice chapter to teach. That's why you see a lot of professors in the classroom. They are teaching things they never practice. We all learn, fine. We look for the knowledge, we gather the information. We've not practiced, and then we want to teach. That's why someone is teaching entrepreneurship, how to build business in the classroom. He never built a business. He cannot even run a little kiosk or sell one box of tomatoes. But he is teaching the crop of groups we have today that you can do business like this. How would you feel if despite or Amoaben or Terraconi or maybe Canada, Japan, I'm talking about their business side. How do you feel if these people are teaching you how to run your business? You enjoy the process. They will tell you practical things on the ground, not just a professor or some PhD holder in one lecture hall telling you that, step one, you plan, step two. He has never practiced that before. So I learn practice and then I teach. So I don't believe in shortcuts. I could fast track my success by consistent action and consistent practice. That's the only way you can get to the shortcut to your success line. My main business, that the industry that opened me up to the world, is the multi-level marketing industry. You see, a lot of people don't know much about that industry. It's like you watching me from afar, or watching a pastor or a teacher from afar, and you want to just give the whole world a conclusion about the teachers or the pastor's delivery. The multi-level marketing industry has built a lot of people. That is the only place I always challenge people that if you really want to be an entrepreneur, try or venture into that side. And then when you see the realities of that place and you can chest out and chin in and accept them and be able to stay good, then I can rest assure you that you will be able to get, how do you call it? You will be able to build any other business, because the capital in that field is human beings. And you are going to deal with some of the people that you are not going to accept to deal with. Conflict management, sales, marketing, negotiation, closing of deals, closing of sales, following up on people, presenting, putting across your vision, telling your people your vision for them to afford and to buy into that. You learned a lot from that industry that no other business school can teach you, no other practical business can teach you. Because if you are not able to do this, you are going to be out of business. You are going, everything, the capital there is human beings. And it is the human beings that are going to give you tough time. So my major breakthrough in business is where I built a network of people, and then now I was able to build other businesses like a restaurant. In fact, currently I'm doing my own real estate project in terms of building, and very soon maybe I'll launch it on one of your projects. The Build It for a Purpose Village, or the BFAP City, or the Team Rise Africa Cottage, any which way. Maybe you can come and choose the name for us. All this comes from one thing you need to do first. Now, let me use this opportunity to educate anybody watching us. The youth, an employee, we all have a lot of ideas, okay? But to bring these ideas into the limelight, some of the business ideas we have, you need a huge amount of capital to start. And that is the one that is crippling a lot of people. When I have the ideas to become a renter, to own my own real estate, or to build my own house, to build for my parents, build for my in-laws and stuff, I didn't have the money to do that. My salary was nowhere near to buy even a plot of land in Accra. Okay, so when I researched for businesses to do, I found this platform that I can partner with a company. I don't need to pay for the office. This is what I want people to know. I don't need to pay utility bills. I don't need to pay rent. I don't need to employ people into the office. I don't need to register my business. You know the hula baloo, the stress it takes you and I to register business in a country. When systems are not working well, we suffer for it. I don't need to go and register my product with FDA or Standard Board. In partnership with the platform has already done that for you. So I thought it was with my employee base, with me working, having a boss and a job and timeline to go to work and close. And this thing can give me the opportunity to earn exponential and residual income. I am in. This thing, with team effort, I can make all the money I want to make in this life. I am in. If I can work from any geographical location, anytime my job moves me left and right, that's the portability of the business. With as easy transition where I am now today, if I leave my work, the transition period is going to be smooth, because I already have the network, I already know how to sell, I already know how to do a lot of things, teach people, train, stand in front of people and present my vision and my dream. This is all I'm going to get from this. I don't need to build office to do all these things. I said, no, this is what I'm supposed to do. So a friend asked me the last time that he wants to do a business, but the business idea she is having, she will need about 10,000 to 15,000 to start. And I'm saying that, so if you don't have that amount of money, does that mean you are going to sit without doing another thing? I was having the same great ideas, but as I saw something that can elevate me to that standard, I went in for that place first. That is why I always tell people that visions, purpose is not static. My purpose was to become greater, to build houses, but I don't have that. So I now find a platform that I partner. And then they have a working product, they have these services that people will use. So I have to look out for those people, okay? And I'm looking for people who use this product. and I'll be paid. The company will be paid. I'll also be paid. So if I gather this for some time, it's just like when I wanted to go to secondary school, I didn't have money. I moved into Ashama, went to the timber market, pushing truck for people, carrying wood for people from one place to another. So I was already built to understand this concept. If I say, oh, I want to go to school, but I'm waiting on my parents, because in our rules and regulations, or maybe what we know naturally, is that it's my parents that are supposed to send me to school. And the thing too is not coming. The day is not there. How would you work? What would you do? So you want to start a business, the day is not there, and you have something that you can partner with as less as you can afford. I believe that a business that will cost someone to start lesser than 1,000 cedi, 2,000 cedi is more affordable than 15,000 cedi, 20,000 cedi, 30,000 cedi. Even to get an office in Circle, to sell phones, to get container, the normal business that we know, thinking that we just do a container or a kiosk, even that one, how much would it take? By the time you pay for the rent for the land, and if God don't butter your bread, AMA will come and clear it off one day because you are at the wrong place. If you want to be at the right place, do you have what it takes to get the office? So if not, my fellow youth, why don't you take a look at something that can give you the market dynamic? And if you don't know it, you will learn. When you make money from it, you now start your business. What is so bad about this? Now, the only thing you need to do is this: you look out for a leader, somebody who will be in front of you, somebody you trust, somebody who knows what he's doing, to teach you, to give you the concept. Okay, and then you follow. This was the main reason why I chose the partnership business, because I know I need an extra income to fulfill my purpose. And you have to find your purpose and fulfill it. 99% of the problems I have can be solved by money. It's not about prayers. If my mother is sick and I have a good hospital, good oxygen, unless maybe God said this is her time to go. Apart from that, if I do my part, the doctors do their part, God will surely grant your parent or my mother good health.
Very true.
The money is what you need before the purpose will be fulfilled.
So I really like the part where you tell us how you started, because I know that you really started from network marketing or that field.
Multi-level marketing and stuff like that.
Yes, and you have evolved, because you not only were you thinking about products and selling and buying and you're done, but you learned some skills.
And so skills.
Maybe
That is what people don't get. So when I'm teaching about the industry or about the platform, the type of business, you see, network marketing is just a philosophy of selling products. Like insurance people will tell you that go and bring 2, 3, 4 people will give you this commission. In our case, when you get 2, 3, 4 people to use the product, they pay you. That's not the end. As they keep using the product, even if you are dead and gone and your system still exists, you get paid. If you decide to also do the same thing, if I'm dead and gone, because you are in my organization, my network of users of products that I've built, anytime we all go to the mall to go and buy product, we don't get paid. ShopRite we don't pay. But in our system, anytime you are buying and using, you'll be paid, I'll be paid. That's why it's called a system. A system, a business you join, and the website is already developed for you to monitor your activities and stuff. How much does it cost you to develop even your own personal website? So the concept people don't understand, and I don't blame the people sometimes.
So that's actually where I'm coming to.
We have good churches and we have bad churches. So if I go to your church and you are preaching to me to go and eat grass for me to get a grace, to go and drink zomi, red oil, and God says I should pour Coca-Cola on my head, I should be able to reason and know that there's something not working well here. So there are people hiding behind good churches doing bad things. Same way companies are hiding behind the good network marketing companies, multi-level marketing companies, and they are doing wrong things. The best thing that has ever happened to my life is Mr. Ernest Ahin invited me for a presentation that I have seen that there's something to make money aside my work, which is portable, which doesn't demand me to worry myself too much about it, to need a higher or bigger amount of money to start. God bless Mr. Ernest Ahin wherever he is, always and always, for showing me the way, because that has transformed my life, the way I think, the kind of people I mingle with, how and when to speak and when not to speak, how to say. All these things happen just by that one decision I took to say yes to my friend.
So that brings me to the question of, before we choose the kind of business we do, what are some of the things that we should be looking out for? Because our concept of work has been that, okay, maybe you finish the university or secondary school, whatever, and then you get a job. Okay, so that was the concept before. But during the COVID period, we got to know that it is not enough. That is not enough, because a lot of people were laid off, and then they decided to open shops. Some people opened shops, some stayed at home. And so you could see that, okay, it's a whole process of mindset. So what are some of the things that we should be looking out for before we enter or venture into a particular business?
All right, so thanks so much. That's another good question. During the COVID, people were laid off. No two ways about that. I have a lot of colleagues who called me, Charlie, I've just been slashed, my salary has been slashed. I say, yes, so far as people are indoor, they will do it. Some people call me, Charlie, they lay me off. I say, it's not my job, but that's what it is. We have to face it. If you are a new site where people are working, they need energy to work, you can't go and sell fried rice there. You need to sell gobe, you need to sell beans, you need to sell bangkung, you need to sell kinky. This is what people will eat, and it will stay on them for long. Now, any business you want to do, wherever you are doing it, if you want a fast-moving business, are your products consumable? Things people finish quick, it will finish and come and buy. How many times did you buy a laptop this year? How many times did you buy data today or within this week? How many times did you eat? How many times did you buy phone within this year? How many times? I can choose not to buy clothes 3 times a year. I can choose to wear these clothes to church, to funeral. It's my clothes. I don't care what you say about it. But how many times did you drink water today? You see, these are some of the concepts. These are some of the things I studied, I chose, and then I decided the kind of business I want to. Robots and other stuff start taking over manufacturing. Whatever you want to, you can't tell me that you want to start a business and then you are afraid to sell. You are afraid to market. Then don't start it. That's why I always give people advice that don't start a business with an employee mindset. I repeat, don't ever dream of starting a business with an employee mindset. You will never. These are to take instruction, one's command. You are given a timeline of job. You are given procedures. Do this. Close the account. Leave the cubicle at this time. Come back at this time. You don't care what is your boss thinking. You are waiting for instructions. But in a business, you have to think. You have to be creative. You have to be innovative. No matter the business, whether you are in my kind of business, you are in production, you are into sales, you have to be smart. You have to think. Always sit down. You sit down and you are thinking about plotting ways of how to get into the heart of your customers and your end users of and the end users of your product. So after knowing all these things, I want you to know that if your products are consumable, they have to be demonstrable. They have to demonstrate that people can see, and they must be on a need based. We can't run water companies unless maybe you chop the money and you misuse your profit. You can't be in water You can't be selling water in my country, Ghana, that we even short, we have a lot of streams, but how to process it now is becoming a problem. You can't run out of it. I can choose to go around to look out for people, to shop for them. It's another business. Shopping for others. You go into poultry, people eat chicken every day. I can do mini importation within my own country. I can buy a confirm in bulk from Tamale and come and give you in Accra. There are a lot of ideas, there are a lot of things, but you must be ready to be consistent and to be disciplined. And most of them demand you that you have large sum of capital to start, but some of them demand that you use your brain.
But now, how different is this concept from what we are seeing on Instagram sales? You know, a lot of people are doing work on Instagram and YouTube and
social media.
Social media handles
now,
in general.
Okay, so you see your social media handle, you can use it because the social media owners spots out this final. If you have some kind of number of likes, number of followers, now they'll contact you that, like me, my Facebook page, I have over 12,000 plus followers. Okay, I was contacted that they want to do advert on my they show ads like YouTube. When you put a video there, people want to watch your video. There are some ads you watch and other stuff. That's how the companies make money. So social media will make, or the social media platform make money. A percentage will be given to you. That's how can we say the highest blogger or have these followers on social media and he's been making this amount. That is something different. And nothing good comes easy. The last time I was following one of the Ghanaian, something happened to his account. And then he said it took him 10 years to get to the level he's getting to. That is 10 good years. It tells you that even if you want to succeed in tomato selling, you have to put in the work. The grind cannot be cheated. You can't cheat the grind. You have to pay for it. Okay.
Now, talking about that now.
Yes.
As of now, we see the success of many. Sorry for cutting. Yes. We see the success of many. We see people who have cars that we want. We see people who have these big offices, but we don't see their suffering before them. And then we also want to get there. How do we keep our focus whilst we are going through the process?
Like I said from the beginning that before I started my business, I studied some people, I followed some people, I even went to some people to ask questions. Okay. One thing you need to do is to recondition your mind. Because in the classroom, our problem from the classroom was that they are preparing you for a job market. Let me ask you a question. Since you were in the university, how many companies were created or opened or built in our country? So why should the lecturer in the classroom tell me that it's preparing you for the job market? So the 7 million, how many students will graduate from Lagos? My sister just graduated as a chartered accountant. Over 300 to 600 people. 1 million people are from somewhere. 2 million people, we are all coming to queue for the same job. So if we are coming out and we are not thinking that I want to do something for myself, it's going to be hard. Now back to the question. Everybody see, despite driving Rolls Royce, they want to drive Rolls Royce. It doesn't work like that. You can't just see Father Dixon or Mr. Solomon Habibi Ajima or Nick or Andrew Samoa, Paul, Daniel Sekpe. These are people who toil in whatever they are doing for over 5 to 10 years. Even me, doing it aside, I've been doing this thing for almost 10 years, almost a decade. As an employee, you still keeping it consistently. So you can't just go there, you want to achieve. Success cannot be achieved like that. So if somebody deceives our youth that there's a short way to get money or there's a short way to arrive there, to buy a Rolls Royce, that is the problem. So it is the mindset we have to condition for our people that, hey, it's good, you can get it, but something needs to be done for you to get it. That is the problem. It's all about the mindset. And people who are lazy and they don't want to do anything. We have lazy people. That's why there's a book I read, The Business School. It said there are many ways to become rich. You can kill somebody to become rich. You can look for a rich woman to marry to become rich. You can lie to people to become rich, to dupe people to become rich. You can be fake in certain things to become rich. You can tell yourself that, oh, having 5 cedis is okay, I'm rich. And you can do the right thing by building your own business, going through the training, learning at the foot of people who have achieved their success. And legally, you can become rich. So if you are a doctor, you ask yourself, who is the highest paid doctor in the world or even in my country? You are a lawyer. Who is the highest paid lawyer or judge? You are a lecturer. Do we have any lecturer in Legon that is paid more than the vice chancellor? Probably the number one there is the one going to be paid higher. The same way the church, if you have a church who is owned by somebody, the general overseer cannot pay the associate pastor more than himself. It's not possible. So when I want to become a pastor or I want to become a lawyer, I should know all these things and know my level. Maybe you are in the military and your dream is to become the CDS. That's the number one gentleman in the military who nobody can be paid more than. Who have become a CDS and become a billionaire and been listed on the Forbes list that he is a billionaire. Just being a CDS, not doing other businesses aside, starting something of his own. I hope you get it. So that's the reality of life. But if we don't accept this truth to think out of the box and start something on our own, we can never do that. And if you want to do it dubiously to cut across, the law will cut up with you, or God himself in the universe will catch up with you.
Very, very, very thought-provoking statements. And I believe that everybody watching us would be very incited today because it's bringing a lot of things to mind. My final 2 questions because of time. How then do we balance between people who are employed and trying to build up a business? Won't it distract our focus? Like how do we go about that balance?
Balance your job, business, first, mindset. Are you ready for it? After you've gotten the idea, your product are consumable, they are on the need base, they are demonstrable, people will need them. Have you psyched your mind? Because your product is on need base doesn't mean you are the only one in the market. People are going to betray you. People are going to push you down. Have you made up your mind that take or team, I'm going for it? If your mindset is made up, are you ready to be disciplined? Starting a business and keeping a job is difficult. But if you can't do it on part-time, then you can't build it on full-time. You see, people say they are doing business on full-time. They are fooling the time. They sleep, they wake up anytime, so after I'm doing this thing on full-time, the whole day is mine. By the time you say Jack, they sleep the whole day. They didn't follow up on no customer. They didn't call anybody. They didn't show their plan. They didn't show their business or their product, their service to anybody. So they are fooling the time, say they are doing it on full-time. If you can't do it on part-time, you can't do it on full-time. Now, after you psych your mind, discipline is very, 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 very important. If you cannot be disciplined, you can't achieve anything. Discipline, because we don't have the time. The time we are going to leave the job place to go to the house. If you are married, you have kids, you are going to attend to them. You have to go and struggle, go through all these things, and you have to set time. I was educating some students last time. They are in classroom and they want to keep a business. I said, it's all about discipline. The same way you have timetable to study engineering mathematics 101, accounting 202, becomes 303 is on the timetable. Find time find part of your timetable and insert your business there. At this time, I want to follow up on a prospect. At this 30 minutes, every day, 30 minutes or 1 hour, I am going to make calls, follow up on my customers, look for new prospects, look for new customers, look for new partners, get connected. And one thing people don't understand when it comes to business as employees is that they think you just go back, then you start talking to people. No, it's a process. I teach some concept called life is about ship business. Ship in terms of SHIP. Every business you do, you have to put it in that shape. So I'm an employee. Before I make you a business partner, which I know one day you become a business partner, first, what did I do? I got in touch with you as a friend. So I am building that friendship. Okay. I'll build that friendship and then I'll turn that friendship into relationship. Relationship where there are times I have to call you. You see, sometimes I send you a message. How are you? What are you doing? How was your day? And there are times I call, there are people, I give them surprise visits in their houses. Evening time I close from work, drive through your house, and then from there, just 5 minutes, oh, I just want to give you a surprise. People appreciate it. That is from friendship to relationship. Then from that relationship, when I build it, there are times where people will call, you want to call a customer to check or a partner to follow up on some deal and stuff. You don't just call straight, no, Charlie, what's up, the deal? No, you greet, or you know that guy is in pain. He lost a parent, he lost somebody in his family, the guy is on the way to the hospital, the wife is about to deliver. So you have to find out, that is where the relationship comes in. You have to become part of that person, that family. Then when everything is set, there are times the relationship will tell you that it is ready for partnership in business. So you move that relationship to partnership. Now, when you're the person you partner me already now in business, partnership can collapse. In fact, partnerships collapse because of weak and horrible leadership. So you have to, the person partner you have to demonstrate the leadership you have to lead the person in business, to take the person through the business. If somebody think because he's a salesman or he's just doing some passion and if you lose the customer, you lose the partnership. You have to demonstrate that leadership. When the person partner you in business, there are things he will not be understanding. You have to follow up. You have to find out. Not that the person is already with you, so you are not going to follow. No, I have to follow you up. Find out, did you understand this? How do I help you? How every day? So you have to position yourself to demonstrate that leadership. So if you want to be an employee and still keep your job, mindset, discipline, and with discipline, if you are not disciplined, you can't be consistent. You talk to 2, 3, 4 people about your product, about your service, about yourself, about your vision, about your purpose. They say, oh, I'm not interested. Especially your family people, the people you are closer to, they will give you up. They will ridicule you. Oh, Vera Claudia said, Wakofa baby about say, oh, I started business. We will see whether she will make it. You understand? They will discourage you, but if you are disciplined enough, you will be consistent. And the biggest fan of you, your breakthrough in business, is going to be a stranger, not the people you know. So if you want to be an employee and keep your job, you should brace yourself for it. You have to have a big chest for it, big heart for it. It's not something you just come, you take cream, you go. No, like nobody will even be an employee.
I think we are learning so much from you today, and I want to really thank you. But before we end our interview, our session with you, some final take homes, some of the things that we should really be looking out for, how to sustain us in this business. I think you've mentioned discipline and building relationship, and maybe some other 2, 3 points so that we can sustain our businesses. Or
to sustain your business, you need character. You don't just do things anyhow. You see, that's why I'm sometimes teaching businesses in school is not practical. It's just theory. You see, the correct thing that will keep you on the street and to be in the game. for you to be in people's heart is your character. Everybody can launch a business. Only few can build it. Plenty people are launching businesses every day. Only few people can build it. Your character. You treat people anyhow. How will people connect you? Every business, like I said, every business you are going to build, it's about people. Human beings are the capital. The capital used to start a business there. So you can put in money, put in on, you do your branding, you decorate your office, you repaint yourself, do all the makeup, let your eyeballs come out. If your character is awful, if I get to your office, you don't treat me well, you are not disciplined enough, you give me 4 o'clock, and then I'll be in your office 4 o'clock, and then you come 5. I won't do business with you. The people will leave you. They will find a different customer. They will find a different producer, find a different business partner. So your character is more important, and you should be ready to serve. If you are disciplined enough, you'll be consistent. Your character, you don't talk to people anyhow. You apologize when you even know you are not wrong, because there is a saying that the customer is always right. But some of the customers, when they are intentionally doing it, you have to also let them know that they also, as a customer, they need to have character. Yes, but yours have to be 99.99%. And then you should be ready to serve. Serve people. Serve people. There is a book called You Jab, 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 book like boxing. You jab, jab. You see, when the boxers are boxing, they jab, pa, pa, they are deceiving you. That's the serving, then you hook. That's the hook, that's what will give you your opponent down. So you jab small, small, you serve, 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 serve. Sometimes some people just see you, they want to sell something. No, take it easy. There are people we meet, we serve them, we send them daily product, we send them, we go to their houses, we even go and do some things for them, because the guy is loaded, the guys have the connection, you have the network. Sometimes they will not even buy your product, they will not even buy your services or whatever you are doing. But one referral from them, one referral, Mr. James, this guy is selling something I think is good for you. Because if the voices and the message is coming from him, Mr. James will not even look into what you are bringing. So sometimes serve, jab, 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 then you hook. That is what a lot of the youth or some of my colleagues lack, because we want it quick. So when we serve small, no, the guy is not bringing the money, he's not buying the thing, then we are annoyed. You get it?
I think we can really take you for like even a full day, because there's so much we are learning from what you're sharing today. We want to say thank you. Today we have really expanded in our knowledge to know how to really sustain ourselves in the field that we find ourselves in. And so I want to say thank you so much. Thank you. And we have to stay in touch. So in case somebody wants to find you, your contact will also be put here. And then how do you prefer us finding you? Social media, email?
My call, my WhatsApp, my call, my Telegram is 0205 47514 0205 0, and on Instagram still Dovi Senyo, Facebook Dovi Senyo, Twitter Billionaire Rasdov. But if you type Dovi Senyo on all the platforms, LinkedIn Dovi Senyo is the same name. On YouTube Dovi Senyo. You can go to my team account, my team channel on YouTube. That's Team Rise Africa, where you can check out teamriseafrica.com, www.buildingforapurpose.com as well. So this vision is.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.